Hi guys, hi and welcome to this trailer reaction of Shazam, first trailer out of Comic-Con. And again, because this was, if you're watching this record, a live review, I was just, done with Aquaman trailer. So I cannot wait. I didn't expect Shazam to come out this early. I've seen pictures, I've seen, some magazine covers even, and I wanted to discuss the costume for a very long time, but now I'm gonna do this all at once. So without further ado, although I really want you guys to gather around, but here it is. Ivy is here. Yes, it took me about 14 minutes to set everything and to come back. Yeah, we are back. So yeah, I'm ready to go, and just gonna check something. Okay, that's great. Just a Facebook notification, and we're ready, guys. Can't wait to see Shazam. God, one of my most favorite heroes. I'm sorry if you're hearing Facebook. I don't know what that is. Shazam. One of my buddies just sent me the software, the app Shazam. Yes, thank you very much for that. Now stop texting me because I have to close Facebook. Just text in the comments if you like, so everybody that are watching the stream don't have to hear the Facebook notifications all the time. But I just had to leave them open because my phone is here on the table. But anyways, let's start this right now. Can't wait. And one.
You've run from foster homes in 6 counties. I can take care of myself. When you're 18, give these people a chance, because that's what they're giving you.
Okay.
Make sure you make him feel at home.
They seem nice, but don't buy it. It gets real Game of Thrones around here. Dude, just messing around. You look at me and you're like, why so dark? You're a disabled foster kid. You've got it all.
Huh.
If you could have one superpower, what would you pick? Everybody chooses flight. You know why? So they can fly away from this conversation. No, heroes fly.
Again.
Your fake family to stand up for you? Hey. Man, sorry about that. Go, go, go! Grab it! Get out the way!
Okay.
Daily Bats. I choose you as champion.
Oi.
Hello?
Say my name so my powers may flow through you.
But I don't know your name, sir.
Shazam.
Wait, for real? Say, okay! Shazam?
It's me, it's Billy.
What is happening?
You're the only person I know that knows anything about this Cape Crusader stuff.
Can I...
Oh, yeah. That's crazy, right?
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
AM to the PM, PM to the AM.
Whoa.
Can you fly?
If I quit your realm, I still rock Mercedes home. If I quit the season, I still be the greatest.
You okay? Why are you talking?
Be humble. Sit down.
You know, I don't think that's gonna buff out.
Your phone's charged. Your phone's charged.
The hell?
You're like a bad guy, right?
Gentlemen!
You have bullet immunity.
I'm bulletproof. You're dead. Sorry about your window, but you're welcome for not getting robbed. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
Interesting. Okay, let me focus. Let me just focus for a sec. So, hi to Liberty Prime. Glass trailer. I probably will not be able to reach that trailer today because it's already very late. But I am planning to cover that. Damn it, yes, I know I have to really cover that. Hi to Yurko, of course. Damn it. I'm hearing there's something about that last trailer. I really have to look at it. Well, Malik, hi Malik. Looked like a buffoon. Well, yeah. Let's discuss. I mean, shot by shot. I think that because he's a kid, he's gonna act like a kid. I mean, he's only looks grown up, but inside he's the same person. So that's the point of Shazam, actually. Maybe he could be a bit serious, but they want to make, this universe lighter, so that's pretty much what they're trying to do. Yeah, Liberty Prime just said it. He has a different deal of bullying. We see it bullying in Aquaman trailer. I was just saying that with an Aquaman trailer. We see bullying there, we see bullying here, we saw bullying in Man of Steel. Like, we can make a compilation of bullying, basically. Oh, hi to Better Than Us as well. I mean, the part of the May timeline. Yeah, pretty fun stuff. The costume, we're gonna talk about that, guys. Let's, the more things I cover, the fastest way I can. The fastest, I mean, we're gonna go to the Godzilla trailer that's next to be covered. So, let's start.
You've run from foster homes in 6 counties.
Okay, I don't know that part of the original story, whether or not he was adapted, but I guess he is.
This is Billy Batson.
They're making the original thing. I mean, they're putting colors of the particular superhero and the regular clothes of the person that's supposed to be that superhero. So that's classic thing to do in more modern shows like The Flash, for instance. He's always wearing something red. Well, Malik, well, as I said, they're trying to make this universe lighter, and Shazam is behaving sometimes like a kid because he is a kid, and when he's getting to be Shazam for a longer time, he's getting more serious as the time passes. So he's not serious like a grown up at first, as far as I know.
Real Game of Thrones around here. Dude, just messing around. You look at me and you're like, why so dark? You're
It's very funny about the Game of Thrones thing.
disabled foster kid. You've got it all. If you could have one superpower, what would you pick?
That's awesome. I love how they are connecting things. Although I heard rumors that Shazam is not gonna be a part of the DC universe, like the timeline of everything, which is gonna be ridiculous because it's one thing to separate the TV shows from the movie universe, but it's totally another if they're making separate movies that are not connected in any kind of a way in a different universe, for instance. That's not okay at all. I mean, we need them to be connected to be like the comic books. That's the natural way of things. I personally never was like a huge fan of Shazam, huge, but he's always fascinated me because he's more of a complete superhero. I mean that he has an interesting story, he has a lot of superpowers. So that is what fascinates me, that he's very powerful, he's big, strong. So that is all the points of superhero that I need to be checked in order, sorry, for me to like them. Get two versions, he's more serious when he turns into Shazam. Oh yes, well, yes, possibly, but I do remember, some funny types of behaviors of him. So maybe what we're seeing here is, sorry, made to be just the beginning, and then he's gonna get serious as the threat are, you know, getting more serious. That's what I think will happen. So maybe we'll not get the Shazam that we're used to seeing in the comic books or in the animations, you know, up front. Just saying, Ivy saying that's pretty interesting. Gary, like the Nietzsche saying of starting in the abyss. Stay Shazam long enough and you will forget your true self and become him, even if you're a kid. Yeah, that's what I wanna say.
Everybody chooses flight. You know why? So they can fly away from this conversation. No, because heroes fly.
Yeah, again with the bullying. Well, at least it's not Shazam that is being bullied, but why are gonna... I mean, I know that kids are super mean. I lived that myself. I was bullied like through kindergarten and school basically. Like maybe the last few years I wasn't, because I found enough friends that stood by me, so to speak. We were not, it was not just me anymore. We formed a group, but I lived that through all my childhood basically. So I know that kids could be super mean for no reason, but they just don't. I mean, it's very how to say it, you have to be a specific kind of evil to hit a disabled child. So I don't know why the heck they're gonna do that. It's not like they're envy of him, because in my case it was just a huge big deal of enviness that did this. And the fact that I was quiet, didn't bother anyone, and just minding my own business, drawing, painting, having good grades, all of that. But anyways, that's enough about me. Let's continue here. Just seeing the comments. Dragon Ball Super. I don't know that. Well, bravo to you. Well, I started beating people. I mean, I beat some of my bullies. But most of my bigger bullies, I mean the people that mostly tried to bully me were the girls, not the guys. Yeah, so the girls were the problem. Yeah, I know, Ivy. Okay, let's continue.
Fake family to stand up for you? Hey! Man, sorry about that.
Go, go, go! Grab it!
Yeah, he's not sorry about that.
That's the way!
And he's chosen right here.
Daily Bats. I choose you as champion.
I'm pretty sure that is not chosen only for what he did, but for his nature. He has to have a lot more qualities than that.
Powers may flow through you.
But I don't know your name.
Oh, Tseko, hi. Well, I posted on Facebook that I'm gonna be live.
For real. Say, okay. Shazam?
That's cool. I like that.
It's me, it's Billy! What is happening? You're the only person I know that knows anything about this Cape Crusader stuff.
Can I...
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's crazy, right?
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
AM to the PM, PM to the AM.
Is that from Fortnite? I love how they connect things. Ah, yes, Tseko, I'm better. Yes, I'm better. I have temperature today. My tummy is better. Hopefully I'm gonna be fully healed tomorrow. It's some kind of a virus, I suppose, like quick summer virus. Yeah, I wish I had superpowers as well, like my whole life.
Thing.
AM to the PM, PM to the
That's so funny! Okay, let's talk about real quick about the costume now. Yeah, I would like to have every power as well. That would basically make you a god. But anyways, so I'm sorry that I'm cutting this trailer, analysis so often, but guys, that I like to interact with you, to talk with you, so that's the point of my streams to have constant conversation, to interact with each other. So hopefully for those guys that are watching this live, not live but recorded, it's not gonna be such a bummer. And for those of you that use most browsers, I think they support the comment section, so you can see what was going on in the live chat. So the costume, guys, I don't mind the costume. It has good texture to it. I mean, the costume itself as a design is pretty faithful to the comic books, which sometimes, people want that, but then when they get it, they're like, why is this so ridiculous? But here's the thing. The ridiculous part of this is that the costume is too padded. It's too padded. I mean, Zachary Levi, Shazam, the main actor here. He did work out for this. I see his pictures. He looks fine, but not, of course, as big as he's supposed to be in that costume. And if they think of casting, of still his cast for that, but if they still want to use The Rock as Black Adam, he's gonna be a lot bigger than Shazam because The Rock is super muscular. He's been training for a lot of years, and he is taking, you know what, hormones, artificial hormones to achieve that. And the people that are training, I mean, that are very, very, very knowledgeable in this fitness world know that. And that is also me that knows this. I mean, everybody knows that you cannot achieve that physique no matter how many years you're working out. The physique of The Rock, I mean. So he has to be some kind of some way up to par with The Rock's sizes. So that is why they made the costume. Now the muscles themselves look pretty fine, but you can see in some of the shots that they look amazingly artificial because the way he's raising his hand, the way that the chest is not coming, up, it's not stretching, the muscle's not stretching like it's supposed to be stretching. That was real muscle. And when you compare that to, like, for say, Man of Steel's costume, I mean, Superman's costume is not as padded. It's made a lot more, a lot more natural. At least it was in Batman v Superman, but then, because there are some reshoots, if you noticed, in Justice League, he was less buff at the end of the movie. He basically looked very, like a balloon that half of the air of the balloon just, went somewhere else. So he didn't look as buff. The costume just looked more padded. He lost shape, he lost muscle mass because he usually starts training after he films Superman. Nowadays, I see Henry Cavill working out anyways and looking good as far as I've seen last. His muscles and shoulders with enough of visually noticeable definition. But he usually stops working out after the movie, and the reshoots he wasn't as big. That is very obvious if you just watch Justice League. Okay, but I mean that Zachary Levi is no way of getting this big as his costume, so they made it so obviously padded. And that looks awkward. Also, his waist is supposed to be a lot smaller. He looks too blocky, like Superman from Supergirl. If you've seen his costume, how he is looking down in the waist is too wide. But anyways, that's just a matter of proportions. That's supposed to be more superhero-y, more perfect, but they're not. Anyways, the suit itself is just comic book accurate. The movie itself is gonna be more light. So overall, I don't mind it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get used to it watching the movie, It doesn't look as cheap, it just looks too padded. Let's just see what you're talking about before continuing. Yes, The Rock will play him, yes. Yeah, it's just too obvious as a muscle suit, that's the problem. Now let's continue. Yes, look at that, he's too wide. He's too freaking wide, he's almost looking fat in the waist, that's so ridiculous. Hi to Blood Topaz. Well, that is not a logical explanation for his structure, but okay.
Can you fly?
Shazam is flying. He's flying actually very well and fast, so I really pray to God they didn't take away that power of him the way that they took away that power from Wonder Woman. Well, she is shown to fly in the movie, her movie, but just like for a minute or so, so you can just see her fly like straight, something like that. We still are yet to see that, if that even happening in movies. So I just pray that Shazam is flying at least. Yes, I probably forgot how he really looked like.
You okay? Why are you talking?
And he's hurt by that. I think that he's supposed to be more durable than that. Ah, Mr. Joe! Mr. Joe is here. My biggest supporter. Hi, Mr. Joe. Yeah, 2K subs. Finally. I cannot believe it. It's been a long time coming. Now let's just hope and pray that the road to 3,000 is gonna be a lot shorter because I waited like 3 years for that, unfortunately. Absolutely. Okay, Blood Topaz. Well, she usually flies. That's one of the most emblematic powers of hers. So it's ridiculous for her not to fly in the movies. But let's continue.
I don't think that's gonna buff out.
Your phone's dark.
That's so funny. And look at here again. You can see how fake his muscles are. Although that kind of looks okay. If we not count how the shoulder connects to his head, because he needs big traps in order to compensate for that shoulder to neck ratio and shoulder to neck form, the whole thing. He needs to have traps, so at least work out the traps, make it so his neck is thicker so it can connect to the costume better, such things. I don't know what you mean by that, Liberty. It's hard, when so many people are doing these reactions, but it's what I love to do. But let's continue because I really don't have a lot of time, guys. Really late. Yeah, I have the Wrath of Manias, the Gary Army, Gary Tees, the Gary Tees. Well, if he missed Traps Day, that was a mistake.
Your phone's charged.
What? I just cannot, for some reason I cannot understand what he's saying here. Just let me amplify my volume here.
Buff out.
Your phone's charged. Your phone's charged.
Why I cannot hear that?
Like a bag.
I don't think that's gonna buff out.
Your phone's charged. Your phone's charged.
Ah, your phone is charged? Your phone is charged. I think that's what he's saying.
Like a bad guy, right?
Oh, you see that? Wait. You see this huge gap between his cape, his costume? Yeah, that's how you know that this so putted, he's basically swimming in there. It should be a lot tighter so you can know that that is actually his muscle. I mean, it's supposed to be made seamlessly, so it's not that obvious that he's not that muscular actually. It's supposed to be very, close to his body and not like that. Yes, the old guy is saying the hell but what Shazam is saying. Yes, your phone is charged, so I guess right. Yeah, I guessed. Yeah, I mean, I like heard him, when I amplified the volume.
Like a bad guy, right?
Okay, how is that possible? Who is that guy to be able to stop Shazam like that? Shazam is supposed to be really strong, guys. Oh, that's great. I love that.
Gentlemen!
You have bullet immunity!
I'm bulletproof.
That's awesome. I mean, that is how it's supposed to be. That looks fake. Damn it. Well, anyways. Ah, I like that. But I really like that. He doesn't look as white in the waist this time around. His legs look fine. I like how this glows. It's kind of funny. Kind of like a Christmas tree. But still, I like it.
Gentlemen!
You have bullet immunity!
I'm bulletproof.
You're dead.
Sorry about your window, but you're welcome for not getting robbed. Oh, hey, sup? I'm a superhero.
Well, I like how he's enjoying it. Okay, I'm just gonna stop it right here, and the analysis is done. Now let's finish with some ending thoughts that I have about this, and of course you can tell me what you think about the trailer, about the movie. Are you expecting the movie? Are you excited about it? Do you want to see it? What do you think about the direction that this is going? Because this is totally different direction, and that's what I want to talk about here. Just gonna return to your comments real quick. Battery almost died. Yeah, that's great, Ivy. Well, Superman is the strongest guy physically. He's the strongest guy. He can lift, planets. He can move planets even. That was in the comic books. He once tested his strength, being like so many tons, just unbelievable. But this guy was just looking like a regular guy, so that's why I'm asking, why is he stopping Shazam? Maybe he's a villain that I don't know about, is very strong, but we cannot compare that guy to Superman or Wonder Woman because they're extremely strong. Aquaman as well. So it's not like this guy's, well, we are supposed, I'm supposed to I mean that I suppose that guy is not famous as a villain because he's just shown like casually in the trailer, so I suppose that he's not that strong to stop Shazam. That's what I mean. Unless he has some kind of a magical powers to stop Shazam in a magical way. Like a cosplay, well, it does not look as bad as cosplay. I mean, a lot of cosplays looks good for a cosplay, but not as a movie suit. I don't think it looks as bad as cosplay. What chips? Yeah, Ivy, you're right. More hype for Aquaman. Yes, Aquaman's gonna be more serious movie, yeah. Well, pulled their punches, but he really reached. I don't know. I mean, he really reached, and he was surprised that that guy stopped him, so he has to have used his power to some extent because, that guy was able to stop him, and Shazam was able to feel the power with which this guy stopped him, so that's why he was surprised. Okay, Ivy, that's what I want to hear. I mean, to know. Okay, we're gonna think about that. Wonder Woman was bad then, but that's, that's the animated versions. If you're talking about the animated movie, though. Well, maybe this is because the soda and the chips thing, maybe just because the trailer, maybe he left something at something else. We see how it is in the movie, just the trailer after all. Mm. Yes, the comedy. Yeah, the comedy. That is one of the things that I want to talk about. So basically, the direction of DC. They want to change their direction. They're trying to do that with Wonder Woman. They're trying to do that with Aquaman. They're trying to do that with Shazam, but to more like funny extent. They trying to find some kind of a formula similar to Marvel, which I really not sure how I like it because Marvel is Marvel. This is supposed to be DC. This has always been darker, always been more serious than Marvel in general. And I prefer DC to be the way it is. Maybe a bit lighter, so maybe what they did in Justice League, they tried to change Superman. They had a very good opportunity to do that because he came back from death. So you really don't know how it's going to be after he's coming back. He's gonna be a different person in some kind of way. So they have the opportunity, they had, I mean, to change him a bit, to make him a bit lighter. Um, so I understand that they're trying to subtly change things to just like say, well, this is why Superman and how everything feels has changed now, and this is Shazam. He's totally different. So because he's a kid, the nature of the whole story, of course, that he's gonna be more funny. So it makes sense that it's gonna be lighter movie or story overall. Okay, but somehow that has to be included into the DC universe. So we've seen this amazingly heavier and darker first movie, Man of Steel, which for me was perfectly balanced. I mean, there was no humor there. I'm just saying, or I don't remember any humor there. It was, very very serious. But most people, I think, like the movie. Although there's a very different take on how Superman is. I mean, he is Superman. He's just starting, learning how to be Superman. But how they presented Krypton and everything, it was very, very serious and grounded. But then his powers and everything was super awesome. And I like how he was badass. Anyway, I'm just losing myself now in thinking about Man of Steel as a movie. The movie that started it all. Then, of course, you get Batman v Superman, very dark. Wonder Woman a lot lighter but serious, with some good comedy in it. Some lines in Batman v Superman, like "Is she with you? I thought she was with you," which I found it very suitable for that particular scene moment in the movie, so I liked it. And of course, Death of Superman was very, very hard to watch for me, at least. I was very upset about that. In terms of that, I just don't want to see Superman die, especially that we just got him as a character, but that's another story. I'm sorry, guys, I'm just gonna look at the comments in a sec. I just don't want to interrupt my thoughts because I really have to wrap this up and get to the Godzilla trailer reaction. So, after that Suicide Squad, I actually saw the movie again today, and I have a different view of the movie now. I still like the movie. I really loved it the first time, second time. Now, when I see it, I really see how the structure was bad. I like how it was dark, but dark, funny things again. But the structure of the movie, the pacing, I mean, not the pacing, but the scenes, how everything was placed. It was like a puzzle. It was structured very good at all. A mess, yeah, it was a mess. Basically, like somebody put a particular shot different things, put them in a box, shook it and just, spread it like randomly or something like that. Not as bad, but, similar thing. I'm just, going through those movies to think about how those new movies, Aquaman and Shazam are gonna fit in. And now, they're preparing Wonder Woman 2, which already has a mind of its own in terms of how it's supposed to be, a style, on its own. And Justice League basically you know, started settling in the shift between the dark and lighter tone. Now, Aquaman looks like it's going to be something between the two, which is perfectly fine. And Shazam is gonna be like totally in the light side of things, but I suppose that somewhere around there is gonna be something a bit darker that's gonna, make more sense, because at some point Shazam has to get more serious in order to get things done. So guys, in terms of a direction of DC, yes, I do think that as much as I'm not sure if I want to, but maybe it's gonna be, a good thing. But as much as, not sure that I want to, it's a good direction for the universe, the franchise itself, the success even of the DC movies, because people are just so used to Marvel formula. They're used to this, well, basically comedy way of doing things. So DC should, incorporate a bit of that, but not that much. My favorite style of doing things, my personal favorite, it's like, how things are in life. Sometimes you have funny moments, sometimes you have intense, sad, uh, bad moments overall, but it's all a part of our life. So basically, when you see a movie or TV show, if the movie presents some, as the story goes, some things are happening that are bad and some things are happening that are funny for that particular moment in the character's lives. Let's say the scene should be made like it's something super, natural to the story and what's going on, so it doesn't seem like the movie doesn't know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a comedy, it's supposed to be a drama. We shouldn't divide things like that. I mean, a movie should have comedy and action and drama where certain moments demands it. So it should be supernatural. I'm not saying the word supernatural. I mean, it should be super, adequate for a movie to show both comedy and drama in certain moments that they're supposed to be, comedy or drama. I hope that you understand what I'm saying. But in the same time, not to shift totally to one or the other direction, because that would mean that the movie is going to have to differentiate itself as one or the other. And that is not what superhero movies are supposed to be. We do have different stories and moments of a superhero story or a life that are funny or sad. So that's how things are supposed to be portrayed in the movies as well, so we can have the most faithful representation of the comic books as humanly possible and to feel totally natural to what we already seen in the comic books. And somehow, some way, they have to find a way to translate that on screen, as much as of course that is possible. I just don't want DC to turn into Marvel. We already have Marvel. I don't need another Marvel. I don't need to see sunshine and rainbows all the time. Or things done in such a way that they lack substance. Like I've seen Aquaman just a week or so ago, and it's a nice movie, but you just forget it right away when you come out of the theater. I already forgot that I saw Ant-Man, basically. And that's not how I prefer my DC movies to be, because when I come out of a movie theater, I remember DC movies. Just for me, they're more memorable, they have more substance to them, and although many people do not get that, I do. I see that, and I want that in my DC movies. So I hope that there's gonna be some kind of a, middle ground between the two things. So my DC movies, I mean sorry, I mean the way that I like them, but so the DC movies, basically in general, to have the substance that they need to have in order for us to remember those movies and for them to be overall quality superhero movies. Because superheroes need substance and very good story and developed characters in order for us to buy them, not to enjoy them. Because you're talking about superheroes, there has to be like greater values, let's say, uh, to those heroes, so we can invest into the story. Because the nature of the story itself could not be taken seriously unless it's made in a way that invests us and immerses us into this, into these stories. So that is my point to that. Now I'm gonna get back to your comments real quick. After that I have to end the stream right away. So sorry, I just had to finish my thought. I can't interrupt my thoughts that often. Yes, he's going to be goofy, well, at least for now. Okay, let's start from the beginning because I think I really missed some. Okay. If they do decide to bring Bane back, please, for the love of God, bring back Tom Hardy. I'm just gonna say that they never gonna bring back an actor that played the same role in a different DC universe. Actually, not a DC universe, just a Batman verse that was never a DC universe in the first place, just a series of Batman movies that never became a part of any DC universe. So they will never do that just because it's gonna connect to an basically a DC universe that is non-existent because the start of this universe was with Man of Steel. So they never do that. There's no practice in Hollywood that does that. The closest thing that we can get is if they cast an actor that play a different thing to play a different thing. You know, example for this, although in the TV universe, is Dean Cain being cast as Supergirl's adopted father on Earth in the TV show, but he was Superman in Lois and Clark. So that's the closest thing that we're gonna get. Something like that, I mean. They're still editing the movie, that's, yeah. Okay. If they pull off a more serious and deep section after Shazam gets over his away of his new powers. Okay, Ivy. Yeah, more serious and deep. That's what I need. Sorry, my eye is annoying me. I really hope that they're gonna keep those SJW bullcrap out of the movie. They're gonna make it cancerous if they think they can get away with ridiculous SJW things in the movie. Just make it like it's supposed to be without the modern ridiculous cancerous things that we're exposed to every day, unfortunately. Just keep that out of the movies, you know? Keep it absolutely like old times, damn it. The comedy looks similar to what Marvel are doing, but different. I think that is very good comedy if they can make it so it's just playing out of what the character is, the nature of his powers, his situation that he's in, and that's exactly what they're doing. That's good comedy because you can make a lot of original jokes that way. So that's one thing. I think that they know that, hopefully. It seems that they do. And Bats is here. Bats, I'm very happy that you're getting live one of my streams. It's rare that you can catch them live, but I'm really, really glad that you're here. That's how we can have like a conversation. Okay, so you're saying happy with the change of direction, but as long as it doesn't become silly and where you have a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 situation where it's constant jokes and lack of story. I totally agree with you. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was lacking substance like a lot to me. They're trying to make it, having substance, but at the same time, it was like basically the story thrown on screen, like a. How to say it? Well, it wasn't deep. It really was more like of an imitation of a substance, but not real substance at all. So I was kind of disappointed by that movie. It was funny, but kind of forgettable, colorful, but kind of forgettable. I really like the first one. The second one, you're just wondering why is this story even, word to be made. I mean, it was like more of a self-containing story. I think that they could make something a bit bigger. I mean, not like what was happening wasn't serious, but it's just it was overall lacking for me. It was kind of a setup for the bigger things, you know what I mean? Hopefully. Box office hit, I hope, although a lot of people are not really familiar with Shazam, not like most comic book fans are, but who knows? I mean, who was familiar with Guardians of the Galaxy? You know, like never heard of them before the movie. Yeah, I really hope that. I mean, Shazam is more popular than that, but it all depends on the campaign. For now, it looks really funny. Duma Gaming. Yes, you're kind of late, but don't worry about it. You can always go back, return it. Okay, getting to the other comments, guys, one by one. You're bad at guesses. Yes, the Godzilla trailer is next for me to cover. Although it's running super late. I mean, it's getting super late for me, but I'm gonna do it. Darkness is their signature. Yeah, but let's just say that, I mean, what they're trying to do now is basically you know, make it so darkness was just the way of things, just the period in the world. What, you know, the darker period of Earth's history, and just that was when Superman decided to appear. So that is how they're gonna look at it, I think. That just Superman was there when the darkness started, I mean, dark period of Earth. And he solved all of that, so now we're getting the lighter moments. It's just Batman was also happening to exist in that time. So that is how I'm looking at it, and that is how I'm seeing that they are doing it according to what we're seeing now from the direction they're going. Because otherwise they won't be able to connect the movies if they don't make them with that line of thinking in mind. Yeah, Doom of Gaming, yes, that's what I think as well. It needs to be balanced, and well, I already said what I thought. Obi-Wan Kenobi, hello to you too. Wait, there's a deleted message here. Aha! Okay, so the message was deleted from my automatic bot. No, you cannot see my boobs. I mean, work with what you have here. I cannot show you more. That's funny. Yeah, you're lucky that I have a sense of humor. Interest full. Yeah, the interest is full. Okay, Mr. Joe says Marvel style gets the kids love how this is for adults. You can say that in a way, although Marvel does try to do some things a little bit more grown up, but it's still kind of a joke. I mean, Thor Ragnarok was such a joke. I was also disappointed by the style of the movie. That was again like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Too many jokes. Nothing was serious, except the fact that Thor lost his eye. But that was kind of ridiculous, like unnecessary to the plot. It didn't make it more substantial. We still lost one of the best villains in the Marvel universe, you know, Hela. So yeah. And Ivy says, I think that this is why DC want to get more of the kids part of it. Yeah, they want to make it more, you know, for bigger audience basically, but that is not a sign of quality. Oh, you deleted that. Ah, the bot is alive. Maybe he didn't detect the words like boobs. Yes, thank you, Malik, for the support. Pod drunk. Guys, yes, I understand about this kind of a comments. I'm not insulted or anything. understand, but yeah, what to do. Ivy is a moderator for a reason here. I trust him to sail the longship of Gary to race beyond belief. We are all Garrities. Yes, Garrities stick. I mean, it's gonna stick. We chose that together as the name of my audience, you guys. So, yes, Garrities. Hope you like that, guys. So, this is it for me and for this Shazam trailer reaction, live reaction and review. I hope that you enjoyed the time with me and Shazam basically. Now it's 11:34 my time, night time, and I have to get to the Godzilla live trailer reaction. So let me get prepared for that. So about 15 minutes or so, and then I can return. So thank you guys for watching. For now, please rate, share, and if you haven't subscribed, that way you can support me if you like, of course. Again, boobs now. Well, here are the boobs. That is it. What I wanted to say, oh yeah, you can check out my Aquaman trailer reaction that was just previously shot before that. Thank you guys, have a good night, and till 15 minutes more if you like to. If you like to watch me again, I'll be back very soon. So bye guys.